Hello, I am Christy Cole, Program Director of the South Plains College Surgical Technology Program. Before we start, I would like to say thank you all for watching. The program decided to record the Surgical Technology class of 2020 graduation ceremony. This best practice allows you, family and friends, to see your graduate success. All precautions were taken, face coverings and social distancing was maintained for safety of the SBC faculty and the surgical technology graduates. We will not be pinning our graduates. We will have them come up to the front, pick up a packet. And with that said, congratulations, graduates. It's a day you've all been waiting for since you entered the surgical technology program. The saying goes, people only remember the first and forget the rest. But I believe this past year in itself has been a journey, and we will take many memories with us. When I first met you all, which was in this classroom, many of you didn't say a word. A few of you had a panic look on your face, but all were ready to change the world. The first few months were hard, learning just how to study and retaining the knowledge. You learned the human anatomy, another language and medical terminology. You learned to understand patient care, the medical law, calculations in drugs and pharmacology, learning over 300 surgical instruments, too many surgical procedures and specialties to count, and tons of in-person surgical skills and techniques. However, all that in-person learning became distance learning, and your academic world changed. You became online students. For some, this transition was smooth. For others, you had to learn to use a computer. Needless to say, the surgical technology program was turned upside down. Months later, we rushed into lab to complete lab skills, lab finals, while everyone else was on their break. We were blessed to start clinicals early, and Paul and I know you all, were relieved. You learned so much more than academic stuff. You balanced work, school, clinicals, family, and life, as well as COVID-19 quarantines. You gained the courage to stand in front of a patient and comfort them, assisted a surgeon to have a successful surgery, and demand standards to be met. Those are only a few things that you have learned about yourself. And yet, another thing we all need to remember is that we cannot stand on our own. We cannot deny how important that family around us are. Our parents, spouses, significant others, kids, family, and friends played a vital role in helping you get where you are now. Most especially, God has made it possible to see all the challenges you faced this year, to be sitting here today, stronger and better. So congratulations to all for rising up to the challenge and completing this year. With that said, I would now like to welcome Paul Landsman, Surgical Technology Clinical Coordinator, to introduce the graduates and to say a few words.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to say congratulations. This has been a very trying year. You've all risen to that occasion. You've all done very, very well and worked very hard. Everywhere I went, I've heard nothing but great compliments about how hard of a job you were doing and how good of a job you were doing. So every year, our students have found or have heard me say, like a broken record, and tell them that when it comes to precepting students, it literally triples the work of the person teaching them. Not only does the hospital employee have to do their own job, but they must also watch the student. They must also communicate the needs of the doctor and help the student learn. As much as we teach our students during the first part of the program, it's our preceptors that make or take over the responsibility of helping the students grow clinically. A poor teacher can negatively influence a student. However, a great teacher can make the difference in the life of the student and their career. These great teachers usually stand out in the memories as someone to model ourselves after. Some of the main qualities of a great preceptor are they teach time management and prioritize in patient care. They evaluate clinical competencies and the progress of each student. They promote clinical reasoning, critical thinking, and problem solving. They provide constructive feedback and criticism and coaching. They apply effective communication with staff and students. And they're fully willing to share their knowledge and expertise. And last but not least, they lead by example and are a great role model for future employees. So we had our students vote, and they have chosen Juan Alguin Jr. from University Medical Center as Preceptor of the Year. Juan has proven over the years that he embodies the qualities that students need in order to succeed. So congratulations to Juan. Time, I'd like to introduce the graduating class of 2020. Teresa Eichmann.
I want to thank my amazing family for helping me through all of this. I know I haven't been the easiest, it's been tough, but I love y'all. Thank you.
Stephanie Bajorquez.
I would personally like to thank everybody who has pushed me to complete this program, my family for being the best support system I could have, and Chrissy and Paul for being the most amazing instructors I have ever had. Thank you so much, guys. I love y'all.
Kyla Britton.
This program has been one of the most challenging and hard-earned accomplishments I've ever faced, and I've had so many people in my life that have helped me reach the end of this chapter. Above all, I have to thank my parents for their support and endless patience with me as a growing person. Without their help, I would not be here. Also, I give endless thanks to my instructors, Christy and Paul, who have spent countless hours assuring that we are prepared for what comes next. I am incredibly grateful to be here. Thank you, everyone.
Lindsay Cannon.
I want to say thank you to my family for the support and believing in me, not just in the program, but throughout my life. And thank you to Christy and Paul for the guidance throughout the program.
Delilah Carrillo.
First off, I'd like to thank my husband. He's been so awesome and supportive. I'd also like to thank my parents. They've done everything to make sure I have everything I need to complete the program. I'd also like to thank the Subway ladies. You know who you are. And I'd also love to thank this class. You guys have been so awesome and supportive. Thank you.
Patrick Casey.
I'd like to first thank my fiance for always supporting me and never letting me give up. Then my family for all their encouragement. And of course, Christy and Paul for their hard work and dedication and patience for a student like me, which I would not have been able to pass this program without them.
Tiani Fierro.
Primero que nada, quiero agradecer a Dios por darme la confianza para creer en mí misma y la perseverancia para lograr mi sueño y permitirme llegar a esta etapa tan importante en mi vida. A mi esposo, siempre has estado ahí para apoyarme. Cuando quería darme por vencida, siempre tenías palabras de aliento. Gracias por creer en mí desde el primer día. A mis padres, gracias por su apoyo constante. Nunca dudaron de mis habilidades y por eso les tengo una gratitud eterna. I also want to thank my family and friends that supported me throughout this journey. Paul and Christy, thank you for your endless support and commitment in helping me achieve my goal.
Sylvia Gonzalez.
I would like to thank my dad for his endless support in helping me get through the program when it took over full time. I would also like to thank my mom for her words of encouragement and motivation. And last but not least, to my cat for the emotional support during the late night studying and meeting deadlines due to my skill and procrastination.
Damian Lopez.
I would like to thank my wife and kids for being so patient with me throughout this process. And also I'd like to thank my parents for helping us out so much. I wouldn't have been able to do this without my family.
Faustino Macias.
My journey here started when a broken arm eliminated my ability to work the 3 jobs I had, but I knew the rock I stood on. I asked God for guidance and provision. He sent someone from my past I never would have expected. God's ways are bigger than our understanding. She and her husband helped me back on my feet and encouraged me to go back to school. Thank you, Jen and Dee, for all you've done. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for helping too. Thank you to my 3 kids. You give me strength. Thank you, Paul and Christy. You have an amazing program. And thank you, Jesus, my rock, my fortress, my salvation.
Sierra Megan.
I would like to thank my family and the friends that I've made in this program for helping me get here today.
Alyssa McKay.
I wanted to thank my mom, Angie, my twin, Alexis, her boyfriend, Chase, my best friend, Catherine, and her boyfriend, James. Without the daily support of these people, I'm not sure how I would have made it through this program. COVID and all of its complications aside, this has easily been the most difficult year of my adult life. They made me realize that just because I am capable of doing anything alone, it doesn't mean that I have to. I committed to this program for me, but they have made this journey bearable. So thank you to everybody rooting for me along the way.
Gabriela Ortiz.
Thank you so much to my family and my friends for helping me complete this program and my instructors for pushing me and making me believe I can do this. Y les doy gracias a Dios y mi papá porque me ayudaron mucho y mi mamá que me está cuidando allá en el cielo.
Natasha Rivera.
I've had some pretty incredible people in my life who have supported me through this whole school experience and really just in life in general. And for that, I'd like to thank anybody who has prayed over me and has listened to me vent, has wiped my tears away. But most importantly, I would like to thank God and my incredible husband, Ray, my mom and my mother-in-law, and also my instructors for continuously pushing me to get through this program and encouraging me to move forward. I would not have been able to graduate without all of you, so thank you so very much.
Heidi Rodriguez Barraza.
Primeramente quisiera darle las gracias a Dios por permitirme lograr esta meta que es muy importante para mí, a mi mamá y a mi papá quienes siempre me han apoyado y ayudado, igual a toda mi familia, a mi esposo que ha sacrificado tanto para yo poder sacar mi carrera, a mi hijo que es mi motivación más grande. Paul and Christy, thank you so much, and also Zach and Jessica for teaching us so much and being so helpful throughout this crazy year. I am also so grateful for all of my classmates and all the friends that I've made along the way.
Christopher Unrain.
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and my sister for all the support and inspiration they've given me. Thank you.
Morgan Valadez.
Thank you, Mom, Dad, and Jordan for always pushing me. And to my Reasons team and Subway ladies, y'all know who y'all are. Thank y'all for the endless support. Without y'all, I wouldn't be here.
Leisha Winfrey.
First of all, I'd like to thank God because without him, none of this would have been possible. I'd like to thank my husband, Matthew, and my kids, Ryan and Sarah, for always loving and supporting me and being my biggest cheerleaders every single day. I love you all so very much. And thank you to all of my extended family and my very dear friends for being so encouraging these last 15 months. Lastly, thank you, Paul and Christy, and also Zach and Jessica and Lev, for putting up with my crazy and helping me get to where I am today. You guys have been amazing instructors, and I couldn't possibly have asked for better.
Celia Ibarra.
I'd like to thank my mother and family for their endless love and support. Thank you to Jonathan and my 2 beautiful daughters, Isabella and Viviana, for helping me stay focused and for pushing me when I needed it. To Paul and Christy, thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything. You two are amazing, and I'm honored to have met you both. I love you all, and I thank the Lord for the blessings I have and will receive.
All right, congratulations, everybody. I don't know who the Subway ladies are, but I guess we need to go eat at Subway sometime soon. So every year, I make it a point to challenge our graduating students. As students, we've all witnessed preceptors with all types of personalities. It's well known that the people in the medical community are known to eat their young, so to say. We know how difficult it was to work with someone who felt that it was a hassle to share their knowledge. We also felt the comfort of working with someone who stood beside us, taught us, and let us learn in a very productive environment. Although we can learn from both types of preceptors, we tend to learn much more from the environment that stresses us less and causes less frustration. So my challenge to you is this, and this is what I give to every of my graduating classes. Be that type of preceptor that someone comes up to years later and thanks you for what you did in the infancy of their career. Learning to share your knowledge and teach those that don't have the skill bases that you do is very important. At the beginning of your rotations, I had you write down the feelings about starting clinicals. That's why I printed these up, and I hope that you will read over these. I'm sure you'll find them very interesting. Remember how it felt walking into a facility not knowing anybody and not knowing what you were doing. Remember how scared and unsure you were just starting out. We all have been there. Be the preceptor that you hope to be, and work with it and share your knowledge with those wanting to learn from you. If it wasn't for those type of preceptors and the instructors that I work with, you wouldn't be where you are today. So be that type of preceptor that you wanted to work with whenever you were in clinicals this past year.
We all accomplished some major milestones this year, and we should all be recognized for their successes. Every year, we ask our students to vote on which facility went above and beyond. This facility stood out to all of our students, though I would like to add this year the vote was very close between other facilities. But UMC University Medical Center Operating Room claims the Facility of the Year award for its third year for its outstanding workmanship with our students. Congratulations. All of us are blessed with talents and are worth congratulating. And this is what this day is about. How many times have you imagined that this day would come or it would not come? And what would it be like? I have thought about it many times over this crazy, unpredictable year. We decided that these graduates needed this ceremony, for they stepped it up and did what they needed to be done. One person was able to finish this program with a 4.0, even through all the trials that they were given. Although all the graduates did an amazing job, Sierra Megan inched out and finished this program as our valedictorian. In conclusion of our virtual ceremony, I would like to thank all of you graduates for stepping it up and having the willingness to adapt to change and grow. Life is about growing, and completing this program gives you new opportunities to continue that growth and learn new skills. I challenge you to be open to that growth. In closing, family, friends, preceptors, and anyone else watching, our students' journey is not over. Though the program is, these 19 students will sit for their national board. Please encourage them to take their time and read, and to not stress, because they've got this. Congratulations to the South Plains College Surgical Technology Program, class of 2020. Thank you.